In this episode of 10 Best Ones, we are going to check out the top 5 best laptops for editing in 2018. I made this list based on my personal opinion, and I tried to list them based on their price, quality, durability and more. If you want to see the price and find out more information about these laptops, you can check out the links down in the description and the comment section below. Okay, so, let's get started with the video. At number 5, we have the Asus ZenBook 13. The newest Asus ZenBook 13 would be a great option for you, if you're a video editor who is looking for a laptop with fast rendering capabilities without spending thousands of dollars in order to get it. So let's get quickly into action in order to find out what's so special about this laptop. From a design perspective, this particular model has a gorgeous, golden aluminum body that is accompanied by a thin lid with concentric circles, smooth lines that are present around its edges, and in my opinion, I think that this unit looks as good, if not better than the MacBook Air, so good job Asus. The connectivities are positioned at the sides, so you can find one SD card reader, a micro HDMI port, two USB 3.1 ports, fingerprint sensor, one USB 3.1 Type-C port and a 3.5mm headset jack, which means that you will be fully backed up. Once you open the lid, you will notice the backlit keyboard with a key travel distance of 1.4mm, which means that you can type accurately, and all of your types are going to be registered exactly as they should. Below the keyboard, there is the large precision touchpad that has a glass covering as well as a palm rejection technology which will keep track of your swipes, so you wouldn't have to use your mouse. Now, let's talk about the features. The ZenBook 13 is powered by an i5 8250U processor, and comes with 8GB of RAM, 256GB SSD, and an Intel UHD 620 graphics, which is quite good for the price, because these specs are truly amazing for the price you pay. But what got my attention the most is the 13.3-inch IPS screen that has a full HD resolution, and if we add the fact that Asus has implemented the Nano Edge bezel technology, it means that you can see dozens of details in vibrant colors from wide viewing angles. Finally, the battery life is expected to last around 10 hours, so you wouldn't have to have your charger around you, but instead, you can be more focused on your videos. Overall, if you're looking for a laptop that justifies its price tag and offers even more value, then the ZenBook 13 is the one for you. Moving on, at number 4, we have the Dell Xps 15. The Dell 15 9560 is yet another cost-effective laptop that packs a beautiful design, powerful hardware, and a 4K touch display which will reveal you what you have previously missed. From a design perspective, this unit has a sturdy, yet elegant chassis finished in dark gray, so even if you've been using this laptop for years, you would barely notice any changes in terms of its appearance. When it comes to the connectivities, well, you can find a Thunderbolt 3 multi-use port, two USB 3.0 ports, a 3-in-1 SD card reader, and an HDMI port, so you won't feel restricted on anything. Moving on, the laptop's interior does really fascinate me, especially the presence of carbon fiber that is spread around the backlit keyboard and the precision touchpad, where both of them will ensure that your productivity is going to be greatly improved. For your information, the touchpad uses the accidental activation prevention technology, which will significantly reduce the unintentional clicks when your palm touches the touchpad. Above the touchpad, there is the 15.6-inch display that is supported by two flexible hinges, which will provide you an excellent control during your adjustments, due to the fact that, once you find your ideal position, the display will stick in place. But now, let's talk about the performance. This particular model comes with an i5 7300HQ quad-core processor, 8GB of RAM which can be expanded to up to 32GB, a 256GB SSD and a GeForce GTX 1050 graphics card, so your video editing sessions will be fast and smooth. I would also like to mention that the 15.6-inch 4K Infinity Edge touch display has 350 nits of brightness, supports 100% of the Adobe RGB and it is covered with Corning Gorilla Glass NBT, which means that you shouldn't worry about the scratches anymore. Last but not the least, the battery life may last around 6 hours of usage, which is good in my opinion, especially if we take into consideration the hardware components and the 4K display. To conclude, the Dell 9560 is worthy of considering, so check it out and assure yourself of its quality. Next up, at number 3, we have the Msi Gs70 Stealth. The Msi Gs70 Stealth would be an ideal option for everyone who is interested in video editing, photo editing and gaming due to the fact that this unit combines a sleek look, powerful hardware and a 15.6-inch screen, that will guarantee you fast performance and an excellent color accuracy. From a design perspective, the Stealth features a sandblasted aluminum alloy construction, finished in matte black with golden accents which are spread along the back, the sides, the touchpad and the ports, so regardless of your point of view, this unit looks wonderful. In addition, on the left flank of the chassis, there is an Ethernet port, a headphone and mic jacks, and 2 USB 3.0 ports, while on the right, there is a Thunderbolt 3 port, an HDMI port, 1 mini DisplayPort and 1 USB 3.0 port, so you will be more than fine. When you open the lid, you will definitely be surprised of the interior, especially with the orange accents that add even more beauty to the laptop itself. At the bottom, there is a spacious touchpad, while slightly above, there is the keyboard, and according to the users, both of them are very responsive, so you won't have troubles while gaming or doing your professional work. Now, let's talk about the features. The Stealth's hardware consists of a GTX 1060 graphics card with 6 GB of onboard memory, an i7-8750H processor, 16 GB of RAM and 256 GB SSD, so as you can see, the laptop's specs are strong enough to maintain high rates and blazing fast rendering for your videos and photos. Moving on, I would also like to mention the 15.6-inch screen, which is surely one of the biggest highlights, due to the fact that it has a refresh rate of 144 Hz, a response rate of 7 milliseconds, and since it is IPS, it means that colors will remain consistent even if you view from wide viewing angles. Another great thing about this unit is the battery life may last around 8 hours, however, take in mind that everything depends on your usage, but still, you will have enough time for everything. Overall, if you're looking for a highly versatile laptop that is equally good for professional and gaming usage, then the Msi Gs70 Stealth is the one for you. Moving on, at number 2, we have the Microsoft Surface Book 2. The Surface Book 2 is one of the best, if not the best 2-in-1 laptop on the market, and users are constantly purchasing it because of dozens of reasons, so let's find out what's the special recipe behind the laptop's success. From a design perspective, the Surface Book 2 is available in 2 versions, such as the 13.5-inch version which we are currently reviewing, and the 15-inch, so you can choose the one that suits your needs the best, since both of them are unique in their own way. This particular model features a silver, 2-in-1 convertible construction that is supported by 2 fulcrum hinges, which will let you use the laptop in 4 different modes, such as the Studio, View, Tablet mode or as an ordinary laptop, so you can use each of them according to your desires. The connectivities are composed of 2 USB 3.1 ports, an SD card reader, 3.5mm audio jack, a single USB 3.1 Type-C port, and Surface Connect port for power and data. I would also like to mention that this unit has a detachable keyboard, which is really responsive on one side, while on the other, since it is detachable, you won't have any troubles while navigating between modes. In addition, the touchpad has a glass surface which I particularly like due to the fact that all of your swipes will be registered instantly, and by default, this means that your productivity will be enhanced. But now, let's talk about the performance. This particular model houses an i7 processor, 16 GB of RAM, 1 TB HD and an NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1050 discrete GPU with 2 GB of onboard memory, so you will have enough RAM and processing power for running dozens of apps at the background. Moving on, the 13.5-inch IPS LCD touchscreen is yet another great thing about this unit, and dozens of users claim that it offers vibrant colors, nearly perfectly defined black levels, and absolutely gorgeous viewing angles. When it comes to the battery life, Microsoft has outdone itself because this unit can handle up to 17 hours of regular usage, however, this may vary upon usage. To conclude, you should seriously consider the Microsoft Surface 2, and if you ever decide to purchase it, you will never regret that decision. And finally, at number 1, we have the Apple MacBook Pro 15. The newest Apple MacBook Pro 15 would be an extremely good option, if you want to invest in a laptop that has enough power to substitute your desktop PC, thanks to the presence of the i9 processor and the numerous technologies included which will elevate your user experience to a whole new level. From a design perspective, this particular model boasts an aluminum and lightweight space gray body that houses a 15.4-inch LED lid Retina display, a headphone jack, and 4 Thunderbolt 3 ports with a support for charging and serving as a DisplayPort, so yes, this is the modern era. Moving on, the MacBook Pro 15 has a full-size keyboard with a touch bar, and for your information, the keyboard uses the well-known butterfly mechanism that will offer you a greater key stability compared with the traditional keyboards. On the other hand, the touch bar does not only enhances the laptop's beauty, but it is also very practical, since it replaces the function keys that were present with the older models. Below the keyboard, you will instantly recognize the large, Force touchpad which has enormous tracking capabilities, so all of your swipes on the surface will be instantly registered for your ultimate user experience. Now, let's talk about the features. This particular model is armed with an i9 Coffee Lake processor which you can turbo boost it to up to 4.8 GHz, 16 GB of RAM, 512 GB SSD and a Radeon Pro 560X graphics card with 4 GB of memory. If we analyze the specs closely, without a doubt it means that your content creation is going to be exceptionally quick, so you can do plenty of tasks within a very short period of time. Moreover, the Retina display has a maximum resolution of 2880 by 1800 pixels, 500 nits of brightness, 220 pixels per inch and uses the True Tone technology, which means that you can see thousands of details and an excellent color accuracy. Last but not the least, Apple rates the battery life at 30 days of standby time, and 10 hours of usage, which is quite good, since the time is more than a typical working day. Overall, I strongly recommend you consider the MacBook Pro 15, because it looks as good as it performs. Thanks for watching, I hope you liked this video. If this video was helpful to you, please remember to leave a like and subscribe to my channel to see more videos like this in the future, and if you have any questions related to these laptops, you can leave a comment down below and I will get back to you as soon as I can.